Last time we discussed delta Y circuits and the delta Y transformation. And if you look at the video, if you look at the diagram, we went from utility, delta Y. So our focus now is this connection here, right? Our delta Y connection and how that works. So the first thing we have to understand is how does it work, right? How does this delta Y stuff work? Okay. Understand that you have a triangle, okay? Now this triangle is in a giant circle, and I'm going to do a light circle on this because I don't know how to draw circles very well, right? Because I don't have a stencil, okay? A circle is what? 360 degrees, right? Remember from high school, 360 degrees? I may write out degrees because you probably don't remember what degrees are, right? So 360 degrees, okay? I'm sorry, the symbol for degrees, so I'm just going to write it out. So how does this work? If you have a 360, this is an equilateral triangle. That means all sides are the same. So in a 360 degrees, right, you're splitting the degrees into 120. 120 here, 120 here, 120 here. This is where you're getting your phases from, right? 120. Inside an equilateral triangle, since all sides are the same, this whole angle here is 60 degrees. So the Y circuit it basically bisects. Okay, it basically bisect means it's splitting in half. So the Y circuit is 30. Okay, so this part from here to here, I would say from here to here is 30. From here to here is 60. This whole thing is 120. Okay, and they're all the same. Okay. So you're going to kind of have to understand your geometry just a little bit to really get a good grasp of this, right? So if you're really good at geometry, then you can do this, right? So how does this three-phase work? How does this three-phase work in this geometry? Well, your three-phase works basically here. So you have a delta circuit, and what you do is you label the circuit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again in front of you so you really understand how to set this up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and replicate this again and explain it. Okay, so here, let me draw a little more. And here. Okay, so it's not the perfect equilateral triangle, but you have to understand that this is an equilateral triangle, okay? And then your Y phase, your Y circuit will be drawn here. Oh, I'm having such a hard time. And then assuming this is Y circuit is drawn here. Okay, like that. So how does this work? How does all this work? We have to kind of go back. I'm sorry, let me redraw it. When we draw it here, so if you look at here, right, we have the delta circuit matching the delta. So our Y has to come down and go like this, right? Even though our Y is really, we're saying it's a Y circuit like this is really a Y, right? In reality, we want to kind of draw it like this to match our triangle, right? So just like this, it'll be drawn like a Mercedes sign, right? And I'm not trying to get any trademark infringements here. So, but this is your Y circuit. Okay, just like this. Okay, now how is this connected? So if we call this A, B, C, we're going to label this A, okay, B, C, just like this. So this must be A, B, C, okay? So how do you do this? And then the funny thing with the Y circuit actually has a ground. The delta circuit does not have a ground, okay? It can't, there's no space for a ground. So the Y circuit simply Well, it can have a ground off the side here somewhere, but generally that's not what you look for. The Y circuit here, okay, has a ground. This ground is called N. Okay, we're going to call this N, which is neutral line to ground. So way this whole thing is connected is you will have to draw the delta circuit. If you understand this geometry, it becomes simple. Okay, so you draw a triangle, then you draw a star in the middle, and you label this A, B, and C. Okay, and then what you do is you draw it separately. You have a triangle, and you have a star. From the triangle to star, you will label A to A, just like here, B to B. So now you connect it, what? A to A, and you will connect it, this is actually wrong. You want to connect it B to B and C to C. So the way it works is I drew this actually incorrectly. Okay, I apologize for the error. Okay. So when you draw it, this will come B to B, and this becomes C to C. So this is actually easier. Okay, I want to go ahead and do that. Okay, so when you draw it, it goes from A to A, B to B, C to C. So reverse it. So C, B. So here is your three phase. Here comes out. B. So, as you see, here, A, C, B, and we just simply take the Y, flip it over its axis, and you have here, right? Our analysis will now show the difference between this and this. How does this analysis work? This analysis will be discussed on the next video.